Dun, 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 dun. Hello, everybody. Eric here from Bloat Games. I'm doing a response video to Same0ldji's video, The Darkside of this hobby. A lot of people have already responded. I know Samwise7, Ivanmike, Runeslinger, a whole slew of people have responded to this, and I don't know if I have anything different to offer. To be truthful, I think I'll just put in my thoughts and my personal experience on that. In the original video, which I'll be sure to link below, Same0ldji talks about the loneliness of the role-playing game hobby and how people spend a lot more time like looking through books and flipping through books and listening to podcasts and listening to vlogs about role-playing games and thinking about role-playing games and creating stuff for role-playing games than they do actually playing role-playing games. And he called it the loneliness of our hobby, and he's pretty right. As a lot of the stuff that he's pointing out is stuff that I can definitely agree with. I spend way more time listening to podcasts and vlogs than playing games. I spend way more time reading games and researching games than playing games. I spend way more time creating lately than actually getting the chance to play. And I do think it's a shame. I run into a lot of his points are very valid. Where he brought up like even people who have a gaming group, a lot of times they don't get to play the games that they want to play. They have these cool games that they have at home sitting on their desk next to them that they flip through, imagine playing, or excited about playing, tell their group about playing, and they still end up playing the same old game that group has always played. And and I definitely understand that. I'm not a online gamer. I've yet to play in a single session of Roll20, Google Hangout, any of that stuff. A lot of it has to do with I'm not very technical and I'm kind of shy. I ain't gonna lie. But then on the flip side, so I've only ever played in person, and until very recently, I'd only really played with people who I knew, or people who like friends of friends. You know what I mean? Recently, I live in Louisville, Kentucky. There's this really cool organization that's kind of got some traction here called Nerd Louisville, and they organize several meetups and gaming events around the city. And I've just shown up for a couple of those. That's how I got to play Savage Worlds the first time. That's how I got to play Silver Age Sentinels the first time, and things like that. But I've never found like another home group, I guess you could say, or one that wasn't just kind of a one and done. So with that being said, his point of spending time, like why, like getting to the root of the issue, why do we buy game products and spend all this time on game products that we're not actually going to ever play? And for me, it really is because deep down I really do want to play these games. Like I don't buy games. Well, I take that back. I do buy some games just because I maybe the art or something like that. But the majority of the games that I get because I like to play them. But then it becomes convincing others to play the same games that you're into. One of the things that he mentioned that I mentioned too is like I listen to a lot of podcasts, a lot of vlogs about gaming, and so I'll listen to these things and they get me really excited about these games. like really excited. They'll be selling you on different games, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta play this, and then not to be able to find somebody to play it is a big letdown. And a lot of my books that I have that of games that I've never played stem from something like that, where somebody's turned me on to something, and I said, wow, I gotta check this out. So you know, I definitely understand what he's talking about, like having just bookshelves of books. I don't collect the books for like a collection. When I was younger, I used to do that with like Rifts and Dungeons and Dragons. I tried to buy every book that came out. I'd want to complete the set. Nowadays, if a book interests me, I'll get it. But I don't try to complete the set. But still, even with just doing that, if the book really interests me, it's kind of something that I accept when I buy that book, that I'm probably not going to get to play this. But growing up, I was always a writer. I've always been very creative. Always either writing music or writing stories or scripts or something. And as a writer, I like to read a lot, but I read really slow. And so one of the benefits of doing role-playing games is it's not like a huge commitment. I could pick up a role-playing game book, flip to page 30, and just look at something that I want to look at, and get some reading time in, get something that will stimulate my creative juices and get my brain going. But whereas I'm not locked in for a 700, 900 page story. So I do appreciate the books for that. I also appreciate just some of the books just aesthetically. Some of the books for backup story content. The want to play these games doesn't diminish, or at least for me, it hasn't. But the acceptance of I'm probably not going to get to play this game has become a lot more understood and stuff. There's sometimes that I do get jealous of people who play like those online MMOs like World of Warcraft. I'm like, man, they get to play their game anytime they want to. They can just log in, and if they got a half hour, they don't have to try to set up with anybody's schedule. They can just do it and go. And I get a little jealous of that. But then they're still not getting the same experience as a role-playing game. I love the Legend of Zelda. I play all the Legend of Zelda games on consoles, and I got some on emulators now and stuff. But even though Legend of Zelda is an adventure role-playing game, it's not a role-playing game. I've never found anything that has satisfied the experience, or has met the experience or emulated the experience of sitting around a table with a group of friends going on a quest to do something awesome with some dice and paper and books. So anyways, that's my response. If you haven't checked out Same0ldji's response, check it out below. Also, like I said, everyone else has done a response to it. I'm going through now and trying to look online. If you post one, let me know. I'll definitely check it out. So that's what I got. Y'all have a good one. Bye.